My name is Karel van den Berghe. I'm the founder and CEO of Globis Software. We have a supply chain management and execution software platform, which is being used by different companies in the supply chain that have different roles, but that work together. What we've seen during the last years, and especially within a number of clients in the steel supply chain, European steel supply chain, that the communication about estimated times of arrivals of transport, actual times of arrival, what is the quantity of the cargo, are they damaged? This information between all the stakeholders is not properly shared, and we were looking for a technology that exists, so we don't have to find it out, engineer it from scratch, run through all the hurdles, and being aware of the existence of i4Trust already for a couple of years. We went from i4Trust to FiWare, and then we saw a program to help us to kick off this initiative, being i4Trust. And we applied for this program and we were selected as an experiment and so on. We're now building that with actual data because we own already a number of customers in that supply chain. But instead of directly connecting them, let's say peer-to-peer through APIs, we want to build a data space. We believe in the concept of data spaces and to have a rule-based, policy-based authorization delegation engine to share data in this case. And the technology we found exists, and we are supported with weekly calls and workshops, etc., to build this. And we will present it to our customer base in, let's say, in a couple of months when the experiment gets out of the proof of concept phase. The world of intermodal transportation in a very big industry, being the steel industry, with maybe hundreds of factories throughout Europe, is under-standardized and is run based on a lot of paper and sometimes relatively old school EDI messages, which are sent from the factory to the forwarder, who needs to orchestrate all these parties. But these different parties have all different systems with different norms, so there is nothing easy to standardize upon. And there have been some initiatives to standardize, but they are so very regional. For example, the Port of Antwerp has an initiative for breakbulk companies, but it's limited to the Port of Antwerp. So in a lot of initiatives, the hinterland, what we call the hinterland, from the factory to, let's say, a barge terminal or a rail terminal, from there traveling hundreds of kilometers from Poland, for example, to the Port of Antwerp, this is all lost in translation. So there is no visibility, there is no easy access to that data. So this means that a lot of uncertainties, a lot of delays. Rail has the disadvantage from having old infrastructure and delays, but it's good for the environment. Inland waterways are also very good for the environment, but they depend on the water levels of the rivers. And so there is hardly any coordination or synchronicity between all these parties, and we want to synchronize that with data. So every next mode of transport is aware what cargo is coming, to see possibly that it's 1 day or 2 days late, so they can prepare other work for their people. So if we get this transparency into this chain and digital twins of the cargo, of the documents, and orchestrating the processes based on live and accurate data, we think we can really optimize this supply chain of steel and breakbulk in general, which goes from one part of the world, being Europe in this case, to all parts of the world. So a big economic strength, but still under-digitized and inefficient. A number of companies that work together in a collaborative way in the supply chain, and this is how we differentiate from typical transport management, warehouse management, or terminal management systems. We really build a platform that enables this supply chain cooperation. But there are so many other parties in that industry who are subcontractors, who don't they are not yet a customer of Globis, and not the entire world will be customer of Globis. So we want to enable with the Globis platform to set up a data space from the Globis platform and to invite all the stakeholders. So the initiative would be with the company, the biggest company, the driver of the supply chain. In our case, that is ArcelorMittal, which is a huge steel manufacturer. So they can invite a number of companies to collaborate with them and to share their data. When is the transport exactly executed? What has gone wrong? Where are the delays? So it will bring a huge advantage. And doing so as a relatively small software company, being Globis, with standard technologies that exists, but that now form one big solution for building data spaces. This is the only way to realize this and to make the next step in collaboration, in supply chain collaboration, also involving third parties who don't use the Globis platform to offer value by opening up their data and otherwise also consuming the data of the data space.